Ryan, if $5,000 was deposited on your Cash App, be honest, what would you use it for?
$5,000. Can I just ask, did this happen to you?
Okay, yes, it did. I had a lovely Instagram exchange this week. Man by Patrick Requio hit me up. No information. His profile picture is a bottle of Hennessy, so that kind of gives you an indication. He just hits me up, says, if $5,000 was deposited on your Cash App, be honest, what will you use it for?
Honestly, I don't know what I would do. I don't have Cash App. I'm more of a Venmo man myself. If I did have Cash App and $5,000 was deposited into my account, I think I would just probably transfer that into my bank account.
He didn't specify how long term this is going to be.
Like a lot of money to have in your Cash App. I'm not going to lie. I would not feel secure having that in Cash App.
That's a great point. I tell you what, though, usually I don't respond to these requests, but he piqued my curiosity.
Well, they $5,000.
Exactly. They tell you in English class, use a good hook. He used a great hook. So I'm like, all right, I'll bite. So I responded, Frosty Many Wheats. How about you? And he hit me up later. He liked that message. He said, what's your Cash App? And he said, what's your Cash App? I said, either Discover or Venmo for me, you. And he has not responded to that.
Yeah. He's not this was strictly a Cash App deal.
I have no idea what he was expecting to see. I don't know what. I love that interaction. I'm trying to keep it spicy on IG. So
$5,000. That's
serious money. That's serious FMW money.
Well, it is.
Frosted Many
Wheats. I'm more of a Cinnamon Toast Crunch man myself.
Little CTC.
Little CTC action.
Yeah, fair enough. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 3 of the 3 a.m. in the afternoon podcast coming at you. This is like our second real recording session, so that's exciting. This
exciting.
Thing has made it past 2 episodes officially, so that's a major milestone.
Kind of set it up for at least 2 episodes. So
I think this puts us in the top 25% of podcasts.
Honestly, how many make it past episode 1? Let alone episode 2?
I looked this up at one point, but I think we're doing pretty well for ourselves. Not to brag,
I'd imagine.
But anyway, yeah. So this is the first time we're recording after having released episodes, and we just want to say thanks so much for listening. It wasn't just us that listened to those first 2 episodes, so that's exciting. We got some listeners. We got some core folks.
A little bit of core audience going on.
Exactly.
And we appreciate it a lot.
I don't know if you saw this, Ruby, but we're an international podcast at this point.
I did see that actually. I thought that was incredible. Those listeners out there in the UK, can I just say, you are the real ones, because when it's 3 a.m. in the afternoon here, it's probably 9 a.m. in the afternoon there, I gotta say. I think there's a 6-hour time difference.
Yeah, the time zones still apply. It's pretty neat. I will say, could be a VPN. They could definitely be just using a VPN, and it's still someone we know.
That's right.
But if not, if it's you listening in the UK, let us know.
Please let us know.
Which I guess takes us to the first point of feedback that we've gotten, which is a lot of audience participation stuff. People want to get involved. We want you to get involved too. So a couple things. One, we do have a voice memo link that you can send in little voice recordings. I think it's a minute recording maximum, but then we can put it on the podcast. Ideally, we'll need to figure out the tech, but we'll get it sorted out. And so you can find that in the link in our episode descriptions. So there's that. You can leave comments on YouTube, and then you can leave 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts as well, and put some comments in there and some feedback. Mm-hmm. So if you want to ask us questions or make comments or whatever, those are some avenues. We do actually have our first written review on Apple Podcasts as well. I don't know if you saw that, Ruby.
I actually did not see this. You mind reading it off to me?
I would love to read it off to you. I
did
let
not
me know
see
if
this,
you
so-
if you think you know who this is,
Okay.
because the username is LWVEJAKHWB.
I
So
think I know him. So
I don't know anyone with that name. Maybe that's the British user. I don't know.
Pretty sure those are initials. So
Yeah, this man has 12 middle names. No, so we've got it's 5-star review title Hilarious Podcasts, and it says this is going quite nicely. Quote, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. End quote. Coach Boone from Remember the Titans. This has always driven me crazy. I appreciate you bringing it up. Okay, I can't talk, but that's sweet. First 5-star review on the podcasts.
yeah, that's awesome. And Remember the Titans, great movie. Love
Great
that
movie. Yeah, I saw it for the first time last summer. So thank you to whoever you are. I don't know.
Thank you, LVDG. Pretty sure I got all those right.
Yeah. Just keep.
We appreciate it.
Yeah. One thing I do take a little bit of issue with. I just don't know how this happened exactly, but on Spotify we're 4.9 star.
I did see that actually, and it kind of ruined my day for a bit.
I'm a little confused because I thought we disabled the 1 through 4 stars. So I don't know how that happened, frankly.
Look back into that.
I'm sure we'll get that sorted out. We'll file a complaint.
That. Yeah.
The whole 9 yards. Anyway, all that to say, thank you. Appreciate you listening. We did actually have a comment on episode 1 from my brother, and he had some things that he wanted to know. First off, I think it was interesting. It was, like we talked about Ruby going to join track on episode 1 because he wasn't doing any team sports or whatever. That wasn't going to fly. And his mom said, well, then you're going to do track. So track famously is a team sport.
Yeah, that I don't know what her reasoning there was either.
Maybe it was just like, you can do this.
It might have just been there was sort of a lack of sports going on maybe throughout that whole
individual or team sports. There was kind of an absence.
The swimming kind of happened during the summer.
Okay.
So I think maybe that's where she was sort of like, you're doing year-round sporting.
Yeah,
events.
year-round sporting.
Track in the school year, summer is going to be swimming. I'm not sure.
I had a similar situation, actually. After I finished 8th grade, I had been playing team sports. Actually, I did not have a lack. I was going to have a lack, though. I had an upcoming lack.
If you don't mind me asking.
I played, so baseball was the sport I played for the longest. So I played that for, I don't know, a long time. After 8th grade, I was like, all right, I don't want to play baseball anymore. And so my mom, being the good mom that she is, she's like, all right, yeah, you're going to be doing something. Because she said, and this is a quote that sticks with me to this day. She says, Nathan, you're leading a very sedentary lifestyle. You need to be active.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So yeah, we evaluated our options. You know, she did some research. She's like, all right, so you got some options. One, you could be on bowling. There's a bowling league.
That sounds fun.
It sounds fun. It sounded like something I wasn't going to be doing.
Okay.
But I mean, shout out to the bowlers. My roommate Charlie is a state champion bowler.
Wow.
State of Minnesota. Anyway, and then the other option, the real contender, was tennis, and I went with that. So I'm a tennis boy.
Nice.
But
I didn't know that. Do you still do tennis?
I'll play like personally.
Okay.
I really enjoy it, but
you're not going to Wimbledon or anything.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not in the majors.
Yet.
I'm not yet. Right. Yeah, I'm working my way up. I'm in the amateur circuit right now.
Okay.
Anyway, so speaking of learning things about each other, actually, that leads us into the next point of feedback that we've gotten here, and that we wanted to do in general was 2 truths and a lie for Mr. Ryan Ruby. Obviously, I did mine episode 1. I kind of surprised. I sprung that on Ruby, so I wanted to make sure he had time to prep, give it his best, and try to, I guess, make up for the frankly crushing defeat that I handed him.
That's one way to describe it. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't happy with my performance either, and so I really I went hard on these.
Yeah.
I tried to come up with things that I thought were interesting, but also feasible.
Okay.
So I told you during the first episode that I'm not really a huge fan of Two Truths and a Lie.
Yeah.
Because I don't like sharing stuff about myself.
Say I don't want you to make me do this. No.
But I think I came up with some good stuff here.
Excellent.
Here we go. My family buried our dog in the backyard and then accidentally dug her up years later.
Okay. I accidentally dug her up.
All right. Number 2. I skipped 4th grade, which is why I'm a year younger than everyone in our class.
Okay.
And number 3, I'm allergic to gluten. No.
Okay.
No. Number 3, in elementary school, I was once reprimanded by the principal for stealing supplies from the cafeteria.
Okay.
So those are my 3 facts, I guess.
3 facts. Yeah,
really,
they're actually all
one of them
facts.
is a lie.
The
3 statements. There are 2 truths and 1 lie if you don't know how the game works.
Okay.
So
do I get any questions?
You can ask me questions. I don't think
I will say I didn't give you questions. I mean, I would have given you questions had you asked, but
yeah, I didn't really think about that.
What
where are you at with these?
Where I'm at? Okay. So
repeat any of them, elaborate,
yeah, here's
maybe
the
a little interrogation session.
Yeah, I would like to do an interrogation session.
Okay.
Right now we've got dog buried in the backyard, accidentally dug it up. We've got skipped 4th grade.
Yep.
Year younger, which is actually that's technically not true. You're not a year younger than everyone in the grade by calendar perspectives, but
okay. Yeah. If
I think I see what you're getting at. You are
That's definitely what I was trying to
okay.
do.
That one is sus to me because it ties into the thing that we were talking about last time, where you take a fact and you change it slightly. But I don't think you did that because we talked about it. But I don't know. Maybe you did.
Okay.
Number 3. I remember it. We all remember it. It happened mere minutes ago.
I can reread number 3 for you here, if that'll help.
Yeah, that would probably help at the moment.
In elementary school.
Reprimanded for taking cafeteria supplies.
Yes.
All right, let's start there. What supplies are we talking about here?
So primarily it was these little kind of butter packets.
Butter packets.
So are you familiar with those?
I've had them at like hotels and stuff.
Sure.
Like at the breakfast bar. Continental breakfast.
It's great. Free breakfast.
So little butter pads. What do you know what you were planning on doing with them? Why did you steal them?
I know what I was planning on doing with them. I don't want to tell you though.
Okay. All right. That's fair. You get to define the boundaries here. Number 1. Why was it? How did you accidentally dig it up?
We were doing a little bit of sort of yard work, I want to say. I don't know if that's yard work. Kind of implies that you're kind of mowing the lawn and pulling weeds. This was more like yard renovation.
Yeah, like maybe planting something.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't planting. It was actually we were taking out kind of this area and putting in a new area.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Kind of an area. Yeah,
a little bit of remodeling.
And why did you skip 4th grade?
I skipped 4th grade because I did very well on the placement test.
The 4th grade placement test?
The 4th grade placement test.
Did you have one of these?
I don't know if you didn't have one of these. But basically, yeah, when you enter 4th grade, you took this kind of test. I scored very well on the test. And that wasn't automatically what qualified me to skip the grade. But then I had sort of a discussion with the teacher. I think my parents were there, probably. I mean, I was in 4th grade.
Yeah, no, you were handling this one-on-one.
That's kind of
I'll take care of my business.
They decided, all right, I think you're a little bit ahead of the curve here.
Yeah, when you showed up to your own meeting, they're like, you probably can just go to high school at this point.
I showed up in a suit and tie and said, listen, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for college.
Yeah.
So
they said, all right.
5th grade, take it or leave
it. You have a hard bargain. All right, I'm going with number 3. That's the lie.
Number 3. So the stealing
the butter
packets from the cafeteria.
It doesn't smell right. The butter's gone sour.
Go.
No,
I did do that.
No, you're lying. That's 2 truths, 2 lies.
So I actually did do that. I did not skip fourth grade.
Ah, dang it.
You're kind of on the right track of me pulling something from our previous session, but it wasn't the right thing. It was that it happened to someone else. That actually happened to my sister. So my sister did skip fourth grade, and that's why she's a year younger than everyone in her class.
There you go.
As for why,
so why are you a year?
I have no idea. I wish I could tell you. I think it's just because of the birthday day.
Yeah, the birthday day. the DOB. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, so what were your motives with the butter packets?
So basically the packets weren't kind of what you were describing with the little kind of rectangular ones. These were more like little like cups kind of thing. So like the little plastic cups. Basically, I don't know if this happened at your school, but at our school, it was a grand old time to just take these and stomp on them, and butter would just explode everywhere.
It's a little rascal
all over. And my sort of scheme was I normally didn't like buy lunch at the cafeteria. So I had my little lunchbox here, and I enlisted one of my buddies sitting next to me to go up and get a ton of these packets and just sort of smuggle them into my lunchbox so that I would have like 30 of these to just set off whenever I wanted.
Just set up. You're a butter mule, and you've got the carrying capacity.
Yeah, I think my plan was I was going to take them home and kind of like do them outside or something.
Do them outside.
Anyway.
You trying to stomp butter with me after school?
Yeah, so it's a really fun time, if you can believe it. But what happened was somebody ratted on me. I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was my partner in crime or somebody else at the table observing what happened. But almost immediately upon getting back to the classroom, the principal came in to our room and pulled me out into the hallway. And he almost comically gave me this long lecture about how expensive butter is. like I was, he honestly made it seem like I was bankrupting the school by taking these like 30 packets of butter for my own devices. And to this day, I just think that's hilarious.
We're taking this school down 30 butter packets at a time.
Yeah. And
wow.
That was what happened there. As far as the burying the dog in the backyard. Yeah. We had like this, not really retaining wall, but it was just a wall, and then on the other side of it, just like this little dirt kind of patch where we were growing flowers or whatever. Sure. Apparently, our old dog was buried under there. I think this dog died shortly after I was born, so I didn't really know this dog very well either.
Okay, gotcha.
But yeah, we were taking that out because we were like trying to create like this kind of patio space, I guess. And I don't know if we just forgot, but we literally found the bones of the dog.
Oh, that is traumatizing for
I mean, I was doing a fair amount of the digging there. And
on the other hand, I mean, if you're a big dinosaurs fan, then this could have been a huge moment for you. Like, whoa, give me the brush. We need to see what we got here. Well, that is
did not skip
fourth
grade though. I'm sorry. But I think now we're kind of on even footing.
Yeah, you lied to me, I lied to you. Well, I don't know how pleasant that was to listen to, but I enjoyed learning about that.
Yeah.
I will say most of this episode is going to be a lot of updates from the first two. We've got a lot to cover here. So carrying on with that capacity, I do have a dresser update. So you remember from last episode, we had this date with the delivery man. He doesn't show up, just completely AWOL, so to speak. I don't even know what that stands for. But after we recorded that night, I got a call, I think the next day.
Hopefully they didn't call you that night because
we probably went to like midnight or whatever. But anyway, I get a call the next day from this guy. I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, yeah, this is the moving company. Word for word, verbatim. This was a real person, by the way, not
so it wasn't the
so I was getting kind of the VIP treatment.
Yeah.
Anyway, he calls me. He says, yo, we've our truck broke down or something like that. Like we couldn't get it to you yesterday.
Typical.
Yeah, exactly. But this time work for you tomorrow, like 8 to 12 or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that works fine. And he's like, yeah, our truck, it just, like the engine, like something about the engine just didn't work.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
That
no,
just seems
he
seems
gave
a
me
little
some,
shady.
he gave me some more specifics.
Oh no, man, something about the engine.
I don't know what the specifics were. All I know is like, I really don't care. That sounds great to me.
Give me my dressing.
Anyway, next day comes, and I get a call. The people who are coming to drop it off did call me 30 minutes before, like they said, and so I'm prepared for that. When the time comes, when they're in the neighborhood, we've got a bit of an issue because they don't go to the right house. Now, this has been kind of a long-standing issue for my brother and sister-in-law so far. Their address isn't right in Google Maps. And so, because there's two streets next to each other and they've got similar names. And so the delivery people will go to the street that is on Google Maps, because Google Maps like basically autocorrects to that other street. But
okay.
Anyway, so I get a call from the delivery man. It's like, yo, am I at the right house? I'm like, I'm standing on the porch and I don't see you. So I don't think you probably are.
I don't think you're here. You're kind of looking around like.
But I was, yeah, exactly. I was warned about this. So I was like, I think what you need to do is you need to go, one street over. And so he's like, okay. So he starts driving, and I see him on the street behind me. And he starts driving, and so I'm like, yeah. So this is the street name to look for. I see him, and he just drives right past.
Yep. Drives
and so
right
I'm like,
past
okay, yeah.
That's a little.
No, you missed it.
You're gonna have to turn around.
Yeah. So I see you, and you missed it, and so now, like the truck is kind of being blocked by some
like warmer.
Yeah, exactly.
Colder.
So now I'm giving directions from what I can see of them, like as they go in between houses. So I think you're gonna take a left up here. So
sure,
I got to kind of be the role of like an in-person Google Maps,
yeah,
which is exciting. So yeah, in 300 feet you're gonna turn left.
Yeah,
make the next left. So, but that was a fun time getting to navigate.
Sure.
They did find it. I was worried because it's like we've got like a 15-minute window to deliver this. They did come up, and this is where I realized I got an issue, because I had come from the inside of the house, obviously. I'm on the porch, and now I'm going out to meet them. I do not have my shoes on, and this isn't a big deal, but I tell you what, it does feel weird doing business in your socks
talking
outside.
To another person.
Yeah, I'm talking to a fully
outside.
grown adult.
Yeah,
a moving man, and he is in the appropriate attire. I am in socks on the driveway, so it's kind of an awkward situation for me. But I just try to act like he doesn't see it. Luckily, everything went well. We got in the house. The dresser was delivered.
Awesome.
And I learned my lesson. I will be having shoes on anytime that I might be needed for signing official documents. I will be putting my shoes on. So,
well, I'm glad you learned your lesson there, because if you hadn't, I was going to reprimand you. That's
not something that you want to learn 10 years down the line. I mean, you can't be 30 and making mistakes like that.
Nope.
That's for sure.
I'm glad you got the dresser delivered, though, because we talked about it last episode. You were pretty hung up about that. So.
I was pretty hung up. I am no longer hung up. I am on the ground. I am safe and sound.
Safe and sound.
Yeah.
Wearing your socks.
Yeah.
Well, I've got a few updates as well regarding the previous 2 episodes.
For sure.
So mine primarily with my story about being misnamed at the restaurants.
Yes, yeah, Brian, of course. Yeah.
My friend Jacob, who we mentioned last episode, so his dad's name is, get this, Brian.
Okay.
And Jacob was telling me about this. He said when his dad has to give his name sort of at restaurants and stuff like that, he'll say Ryan with a B.
Oh,
if you can believe that.
No,
so almost the exact opposite of what we suggested. It goes both ways. Is what I'm hearing from Jacob's dad. And frankly, I'm a little glad that I'm not alone anymore, for one. And
Well, apparently he had issues saying Brian because
I guess.
so maybe what we need is for you guys. I don't know exactly what the memo is. Maybe you try saying Brian and see if they say Ryan. Maybe that'll work. Maybe you exchange voice recordings.
Okay.
So you record Ryan for him and he records Brian
Just hold
for
up
you.
the phone and kind of play it
And
anytime they ask.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And maybe that'll help. This is good. I'm glad we're getting more ideas flowing.
Yeah, I like maybe the idea of whatever your name is, just say the opposite every time.
Yeah, say what they usually confuse it for.
And they will confuse it again to the correct one. We didn't think of that before, but that is genius.
That is
genius
innovative.
level stuff.
The
Maybe
another option which my roommate Charlie implements everywhere we go is you don't say your name. You do live that false life, that fake lifestyle, and you say your name is Abe.
Abe.
And yeah, one thing I will do is I don't know that they've ever gotten it wrong because they do always ask. They always ask before writing down or anything. Like, did I hear that right?
Yeah.
We have an Abe in the 21st century.
Yeah.
That's his strategy. Feel free to implement that as well. We're getting options. We're becoming the premier place to go for named fast food struggles.
Food ordering options. We've got names out the wazoo.
Exactly. Well, I guess sticking on the food, but dropping the fast.
Okay.
I do the fast. I've not been fasting, but what I have been doing, at least at my time when I was house sitting, was cooking.
Okay.
So this is something that I've lived in the dorms all 3 years that I've been in college. I was in an apartment last summer where I was cooking some, but in general, I don't have a lot of cooking experience. And let me tell you, it shows. I struggle in the kitchen, to say the least. I guess just as kind of a leading example here, I want you to find someone other than me who has put a hole in their pizza. Specifically in their frozen pizza. And I don't know if there are pizza donuts out there, but this was not an intentional situation.
Listen, you want me to find someone? You're looking right at him. All right?
No.
I gotta
Have
say,
you really?
I don't know that I put a hole in my pizza.
Oh, okay.
But I would argue that I have as much, maybe even less cooking experience than you do.
Okay.
Despite not living in the dorms every year.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, hey, try it out, because I'll tell you what happens is
it better than
no, and partially because it doesn't cook properly. So what happens is here's how you get to be in that situation.
Okay.
Step 1, all your life you cook your frozen pizzas on a pan.
Yep.
However, you hear rumors that you're actually supposed to cook frozen pizzas right on the shelf. So you're like, all right, I'm house sitting. This is the perfect time to try it out.
Yeah, when it's not my oven.
Yeah, exactly. And so you put the pizza straight on the rack, let it sit for 20 minutes, and then come back to the middle of the pizza, draping through the fire rack.
Sort of. It's just sort of sitting through the bottom. Okay.
Now, there are some requirements for this. You're going to need a pizza that says on the box, do not cook straight on the rack.
Okay.
You're going to want that.
Requirement number 1. Got it.
And you're also going to want to not read that beforehand.
Sure.
So that's kind of the scene that I came to, is a pizza that is inverted, so to speak.
Yep.
And so luckily, I do have a catcher, so to speak. I do have a pan in the oven, but it's not directly under. It's a rack below.
Okay.
And so I take out some tongs, and I'm trying to...
You actually had the foresight to put that in ahead of time? So to like...
I was... Yes, I did. Anyway, yeah, I do that. I take the tongs, and I'm like, all right, here's what I think I can do. So right now we've got slits in the pizza because the wire is basically, it's cut slits where the pizza is draped down. So I'm like, I think maybe if I rotate it, if I just rotate the pizza, I can kind of like get the slats like on the other way because it'll be perpendicular.
Hand movement you're doing there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, check out YouTube for that. But so I start rotating it, and it actually does not coerce the pizza to go on top. What it does is it cuts the hanging
It cuts the pizza.
It cuts the hanging strips completely off. They fall onto the pan, and now I'm left with the pizza with a hole in it. So then I'm able to pull it out just fine.
And you're left with a pizza donut and a pizza hole. For
exactly a pizza hole. Specifically a pizza hole that is undercooked. And part of a pizza donut that is also undercooked. But
gotcha.
I did take a picture of it. I think I sent it to you at one point, but that was quite the experience. You know, I tried to clean the oven rack after that, and I learned my lesson there. So that's kind of where I'm at in terms of kitchen prowess.
Well, I gotta say, a frozen pizza might be the lowest ladder of kitchen prowess that you can kind of get to, except maybe pizza rolls, which are maybe just one step lower, like very small step lower.
That's kind of a pizza hole in itself when you think about it.
You could make pizza rolls with that. You never know.
Exactly. So it is to the point where it's causing me anxiety to a degree. I had a nightmare the other day where I was
pizza
a cook.
Nightmare.
I was not a pizza nightmare, an Arby's nightmare. I was a cook at Arby's, and
that sounds terrible already.
I was in over my head. I mean, I was putting stuff on the floor. I don't think you're supposed to be doing that.
That's how that works.
I ran out of meat, and I was trying to cook some jellies, and I don't know. It was a whole deal.
I gotta say, I haven't been to Arby's in I think 4 or 5 years.
Well, they have the meats there, so
I did hear about that. Actually,
I heard that.
I haven't tried them out yet, but I don't think your dream is doing it any favors there. So.
Yeah, probably. It's gonna need to be
another
maybe a couple years before I go back. I don't want to risk it, frankly. So that's kind of where I'm at in terms of my cooking updates and my nightmare updates.
Well, frankly, that just sounds absolutely terrible. And I'm sorry.
It was a bad way to wake up.
For sure. So you mentioned Arby's. I went to a restaurant, not Arby's, but maybe the food can be compared to Arby's in my opinion.
Okay.
So I'm not sure when was the last time you went to Applebee's.
I've never been.
You know? You've never been. Never been.
No.
Okay.
I've
never
heard
go.
the song, but okay.
Applebee's is, in my opinion, the worst sit-down restaurant in the history of sit-down restaurants.
Oh my goodness.
All right. And I went about a week ago now for my friend's birthday. He wanted to go to Applebee's. My first reaction was, why? When he said, let's go to Applebee's, I said...
So you had the right gut instinct.
I said, why on earth do you want to go? He said, I want the mozzarella sticks.
Sure.
I said,
You want the mozzarella sticks?
I honestly,
look, I don't want to be harsh. I
know it's your birthday.
But I want to be harsh. Why are you going to a restaurant, sit down no less, for the Moz? What's going on?
I didn't ask. I mean, I couldn't remember because I don't go to Applebee's, how good the mozzarella sticks were. So maybe these were the best thing on the menu. And they probably were. But it was his birthday. So I'm kind of like, you know what? Well, I'll suck it up. I'll go to Applebee's. This was in Omaha, by the way. So I'm driving down to Omaha to go to Applebee's. It's already not going well. And
it's already not going.
I show up first. Frankly, when I pull into the parking lot, I'm wondering if this place is closed down or not. Because there are about 3 cars in the parking lot, at least from the outside. Maybe there could be a secret party on the inside. I want to know.
They've actually got a parking garage underneath the building.
Yeah. And then a few minutes later, my friends show up. When we walked into the Applebee's, there was, I want to say, 2 other tables being served. Okay. 2 other tables being served.
Yeah.
We kind of sneak off to a little corner. There's, I think like there's 5 of us. So we're getting served by this teenager. You know, he's working at Applebee's trying to make ends meet. And he's basically comes up to us admitting like, hey, it's a slow day. Take as much time as you need. It's like, slow is one word for it. There's nobody here.
Yeah.
By the time that we order and finish eating, there's nobody else here. We're the only people. Us and the employees are the only people in this Applebee's, and for a time frame, it is 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
So
sure.
these, maybe it's a little past prime dining hours. I feel like that's still like good time to go get dinner.
Yeah, I mean it is
maybe
it is a little later than I would, but it's reasonable. It's
yeah,
not
I feel
unheard of.
I feel like it's
I have
reasonable
heard of
for some
8:30.
people. Have
Yeah.
you?
I have actually. And well, okay, so what it's sounding like to me is the staff to client ratio is off the trains.
It honestly is. There were probably, I mean, if we're considering my party as one client, then there is probably a 7-to-1
Wow.
staff to client ratio right now. Like,
and see, to me, that sounded like a good thing. It's like you've
it
got
would be
unfettered access.
It would be if there was more than just one person helping us, but it was just this same college kid, coming over every like 5 minutes saying like, "Hey,
Sure,
you want
sure.
more water?" Like, yeah, I ran out.
Yeah, thank you.
Ran out a while ago, and then he there's no one else to serve, so he just starts having a conversation with us. He's like,
Okay, he's sitting down.
"Where you guys go to college?" He's like, "You guys in college?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, I'm going to college." He's going to UNL, by the way, so we might run into him.
No way. Do you remember his name?
No.
Dang it.
I don't think he told us his name. Oh, he might have. He probably did. I wasn't paying attention. I was
Did you
focused
follow
on
him
the
on IG?
amazing food. No, I didn't. I was basically, the moral of the story, if you can call it a moral, is I wasn't impressed with the food. I'm not going back, and apparently no one else is either. So those are my 2 cents on Applebee's.
Yeah,
it's
rest
just
in peace to
you've
all the
never been
Applebees.
there, and I wouldn't recommend taking the trip anytime soon.
That's tough. I mean, what I've heard is that they've got good deals. They've got like a 2 for $20 or something like that.
I did see that, but the thing about the 2 for $20 is it's 2 things that you would never want for $20. 2 things you would never want. The thing that bothers me about the Applebee's menu is it is full of so many weird things. So many weird things.
Sure.
Like, I had such trouble trying to figure out what I wanted because there were so many things that were almost there. But then it was like almost there. Like, yeah, that sounds good. But then there was one thing about it that was just like, why would I ever want this? You just took this perfectly fine thing and made it terrible. For example, my friend, he got macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
Except, it sounds great. I love macaroni and cheese. I would get that.
Yeah.
Except it was topped with like honey glazed chicken tenders.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you? Does that,
Honey glazed chicken tenders?
strips grilled chicken?
I can see it,
like
but
that
weird
would
to be topping. That's not a topping on my mac and cheese. I would say
that's exactly. It might have been pasta. Yeah. I don't know. I think it was like pasta with cheese sauce, basically macaroni and cheese.
Oh gosh, yeah,
but
no, that does not sound good at all.
Like, I feel like grilled chicken, like strips of grilled chicken, that would be fine. That would be acceptable. But like these were like full on chicken tenders, by the way. They weren't cut up or anything. They were just slapped on there. I was like, why would I?
Real deal.
Why would I want that? Why would I ever want that? And so I opted for just a few chicken wings. Like I just trying to, but apparently for some reason they were advertised as, I'm forgetting the name, but it was like, they were called double crunch wings.
Double crunch.
And I'm sitting here wondering, where's the second crunch? Like I'm eating these
Where's
wings.
the first crunch?
Well, I'm eating the wings and it's like, that might have been a crunch there. Like, when I'm eating the wing, but I don't see I'm not sure where the second crunch is coming from.
Yeah.
In any case, I wasn't impressed.
Yeah.
That's
a 2 thumbs down. That's a double thumbs down on the double crunch.
Double crunch, thumbs down.
Do not go. We do not recommend.
I think we just torched a few advertising deals with Applebee's.
They were going to be massive.
I think we only sponsor places that we would go to ourselves. So
I say we don't sponsor anything for a while,
I say we don't sponsor anybody.
Yeah.
So I think that also helps.
Yeah,
we can
as far as
burn as
taste,
many
it's fine.
bridges as we want, frankly.
Yeah.
So, Nathan,
Right.
we've talked a bit about food this episode already,
A bit.
but we haven't necessarily talked as much about sort of the health aspects. We've talked a lot about fast food.
We want to cover all it. We are the premier food podcast. I think
Apparently.
it's
We're quickly turning into that. I am going to be completely honest. I don't know if this is a thing that already exists.
okay.
It has to. Okay, it does exist. I just looked it up,
Okay.
but it's not what
Quick
I.
fact check.
It's not what I'm
Little
calling it.
Snopes review. Yeah.
I like my name better.
Okay.
So, I came up with this idea, which I'm gonna say I came up with. I just looked it up. There's like over 100,000 results.
Okay, that's not that many results though, when you think about it.
Sorry, 235 million. I missed a few zeros on there. But the idea is no meat Monday.
Okay.
Apparently, this already exists in the form of either I see meat free Monday.
Mm.
That doesn't seem like a great name to me. Meatless Monday.
Okay.
That's a little better. I kind of like that because it's just 2 words. But I like no meat Monday.
I
'Cause
feel
it's like
Meatless Monday, weird. I don't know.
you don't like that.
No meat Monday, that's ideal. That is nice.
I feel like
It's
it kind of
nice.
rolls off the tongue. Like meat free Monday. Well, for one, right there, you're breaking up the alliteration.
Yeah.
Not a great look.
We keep the alliteration together in the term of meat Monday, and we throw kind of a slant alliteration with the no. So
Yeah, exactly. Meatless Monday. I feel like the S kind of sound at the end kind of messes with it a little.
I've just never heard anyone say meatless. I don't think.
Yeah, that's not really a word that people use. At least I've never
Survey
used it
says-
before today.
Meh, meh.
Yep. Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah.
So, Steve Harvey impression. So,
Sounded like an 80-year-old man.
all right,
It's just-
Family Feud. I cannot watch Family Feud anymore. Like,
Dude,
all
yeah.
that I see when I watch Family Feud now is Steve Harvey just totally overreacting to every single answer.
That's 100% true.
Like,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
see one meme of him overreacting to like one inappropriate answer, and now you notice it so much more when you watch the show of how he does that for everything.
He does that every time. We asked 100 people, name 5 different terms you could use for not eating meat on a Monday. What's your answer? Meatless Monday. Meatless Monday.
Monday.
Oh.
Who raised
my
this
God.
boy?
Oh my gosh. Oh. Give it to me. Meatless
Unbelievable.
Monday. 30 people. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
What? Yeah. Honestly, because I was doing some research. Basically, as I told you, I think last episode or 2 episodes ago, I eat way too much fast food.
Yeah, you did.
Like for my
You
own
did
good.
mention that in passing. I did want to get back to that at some point, but
And it's frankly very unhealthy. I've kind of, last episode we talked about how I'm not going back to the doctor anytime soon. So I'm
Right.
thinking maybe if he's not going to be checking up on me, maybe should do a little bit more to improve my situation, if you will,
right.
my
right.
health. And I was looking into it. Apparently, just cutting a little bit of meat out of your diet is just really healthy for you, according to various very
Reputable.
scientific sources, reputable
Scientific.
WebMD.
Yeah.
So I kind of thought, if I can just not eat meat for 1 day a week
Right.
for the rest of my life,
Yeah.
that's gotta have some sort of health benefit.
You're
I
reaping
feel.
1/7 of the reward.
I feel
Which is
like
better than
at that
0
point,
sevenths.
you're almost 1/7 a vegetarian.
Sure.
Like you're 1/7 a vegetarian for your life.
Yeah.
1/7 of your life at that point is being vegetarian.
Mhm.
And I feel like the only reason I don't eat more vegetarian things is because I just haven't tried them yet.
Sure.
So I just don't know if I like it or not.
Yeah. So now you're giving yourself a way in to the
I'm kind of
vegetarian
like
market.
I'm kind of frankly I'm doing a lot for the market.
Yeah, pretty much. You are single-handedly funding this every
I'm-
Monday.
I might be devastating the meat market with
Right.
this initiative. The reason I kind of wanted to bring it up though is because I already broke my rule.
Oh,
which I don't know that it has officially started yet. I mean, it is Monday
good.
when we're recording this.
Yeah.
But I did have Raising Cane's earlier today.
Okay.
And I just want to say
it's June 20th. So everyone knows you can't not have meat on June 20th.
I did hear about that.
Yeah, I did. Hey, Google it. You're going to get at least 100,000 results.
You're going to get June 20th Meat Monday.
Meat Monday, yeah. Ruby.
400 million results.
Yeah, whoa.
Yeah.
Even more.
You know, it didn't work out this Monday, but I feel like I didn't officially start it yet just because I'm still playing out how it's going to work.
Yeah.
So we'll see where it goes. Maybe even expand to multiple days. I don't know yet. You know, I want to know how it goes, where it takes me.
You know, we'll have to talk to the merchant acquisitions department. We might be able to get something sorted out for sure.
Yeah.
That's exciting. I'm excited for you. We'll have to stay updated on the journey as you start racking up Mondays.
I'll keep
more
it
than zero. Days since last
minimal cheat meat Mondays. Right. I'm going to coin that term. Cheat meat Monday is every time I cheat.
Right.
For meat on Monday. Kind of break it down there.
Yeah, I appreciate the breakdown. I was struggling to get that, but I like that. I'm proud of you. I think. Are you planning on restricting your diets on any other days? Maybe like a Paleo Thursday, Pescatarian Friday, that sort of thing.
That is a good point.
You do a different diet every day.
Honestly, I actually don't really eat fish anyway.
Okay.
So maybe that's sort of just a every day.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Fishless Friday.
Fishless Friday.
If I do Fishless Friday, I already have, I think, a 100-day streak going on Fishless Friday. So I think maybe that could be good.
Only 100 days, wow.
Maybe more. I don't know. It was a ballpark. So
one thing I will also suggest is, you can also try to level up your food choices at some of these fast food places.
Okay.
So Chick-fil-A salads are quite tasty. Particularly there's like a Southwest one.
Okay.
So you get a little creamy salsa dressing on there. You get a little grilled chicken strip action. You're getting a little
terrible
salad.
And by the way, that's meat. So.
Well, hey, I didn't say to use this for No Meat Mondays.
Okay.
But for the other days, if you're trying to make it a little bit healthier, you can go for that.
That's not really my goal. It's just maybe like one day.
Just the one day, and that'll cover it for the rest.
And then it sort of is like, I did my part. Now I can be terrible for the other 6 daes.
There you go. You're treating yourself psychologically, and I think that is legitimately an important part of the diets.
I really people listening probably know this about me if they know me well. I really do not like salad that much.
Right.
Like, it's probably out of non-meat items, it's probably down there as like one of my least favorite items.
Sure, right next to fish.
Right next to fish as a non-meat item. And I don't know what it is. I think it's just too bland for me. The other thing is I don't like a lot of dressings. And so I haven't found a dressing that I like. And so when I eat salad, sometimes I'm just eating it dressingless.
Yeah.
No clothes on the salad. All right.
Yeah. Whoa.
And
say, hey, we're an adult podcast.
And at that point, it's just lettuce. And
I would say that would be an issue for sure.
Sure.
I definitely still eat those types of salads.
I mean, yeah, it's hard to go down, I think. It's hard to swallow.
it's tough pill to swallow.
Yeah.
I should just get my vegetables in the form of ground up
Hey,
pills.
that's the future.
But maybe try out the Southwest salad one time. Let me know how it goes. Say your name's Brian, and we go from there. You never have to do it again. So
yeah.
Frankly, I think this is more about food than I had planned to talk about in any single episode. So I think as a change of pace here, maybe we get into another update from the previous episodes. Last episode, we mentioned, again, big adulting episode last episode. And Ryan Friends Jacob is basically said you're going to be his best man.
That is big, somebody said, yeah.
but there are other contenders in the running, and so
You apparently.
Right. Yes, I am the other one. I'm number 2. So in our time since our last recording session, Ryan and I have come up with some comments, kind of a rough draft, so to speak, of some best man speeches, and so we want to show those off now and kind of push forward that kind of decision making process for Jacob and give him some info. So I don't know how you want to do it. Do you want to do your speech first, or do you want me to lead it off?
I think I think I'll start it off here because I think that's only fair for you. You know, I'm a little closer
as the front runner. You want to kind
Jacob,
of take the lead.
I want to maybe set the pace for you, maybe help you out a little bit.
Okay.
Not saying that you're gonna take anything that I'm gonna say, but
I will actually word for word.
Sure. Okay. By the way, you know, you can kind of, if you want to set the scene here, we're here at the right after the wedding
at the venue.
Everyone, you know, sitting down, eating food. I'm up there at the table of honor.
Everyone's finishing their personalized mini bunt cakes. Actually, it was crazy that they pulled that out. Live band too. That was pretty nuts.
Yeah.
Those, you know,
we
those
actually
were pricey,
planned
but they went all out.
Their entire wedding. Yeah. Right here. So just to kind of set the scene for you, but let's get the speech underway. So, Jacob, we've known each other a long time, a lot longer than you've known Nathan, especially considering that you've never met him.
I'm just imagining that you started off your speech that way. So, the room is full, family, friends, everyone is there. And you just start off saying, Jacob, I've known you for a long time, a lot longer than you've known Nathan. Everyone's just like, who's Nathan? Where did this come from?
Jacob, I'm happy to say that you're my best friend. You know, we've shared a lot of memories together. Remember that one time, that one place, we did that thing. You know the one. Those were the days, frankly, that we spent laughing in the sun. And I'm just honored to be your best man. I know that I was your first and only choice, so thank you for that. And I'm just glad to see all of our other friends here too. You know, people that you and I have both known for a very long time. These are the people we've built memories with since childhood. And I'm happy that you included us, frankly, in this pivotal moment in your life. By the way, just a short aside, can we get a round of applause for the newly wedded wife? Such a great person with, can I just say, such a great name. Can we get a round of applause for her name, which everyone here knows. Everyone here knows her name. Great name. Mm-hmm. I've watched this relationship between the two of you grow over the course of many years. From the very beginning, I'll add, unlike some people. And everyone here knows you're perfect for one another. Everyone has seen that happen, watched that development. So let's just end this with a long and happy marriage between the two of you. Thank you. Make sure to enjoy the shrimp bonanza. Thanks. That's my speech.
Wow.
What did you think?
That was incredible.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Be honest.
I really loved the shrimp bonanza part in particular.
Thank you. That kind of just came to me in a moment of pure genius. So appreciate that.
Wow. Well, gonna be hard to top for sure.
Okay.
But I'll give him my best, because that's what I do in everything I do. I give him my best. Man, do I do that. So yeah, here we go. The scene is the same as Ruby's, except this time I'm the one speaking and I'm actually the best man. So hello, is this thing on? All right. Thank you. No standing ovation, guys. Sit down. That's not necessary. Okay. Maybe after the speech, though. It might be that. It might be that good. I'll let you guys be the judge of that. Oh man, I really appreciate everyone being here on behalf of the couple, and thank you, Jacob, and your lovely wife for giving me this responsibility. And Frankly, I want to start out this best man speech the only way I know how, with a definition. So, the Oxford Dictionary defines marriage as an optical illusion caused by atmospheric conditions, especially the appearance of a sheet of water in a desert or on a hot road. Now, I've had the distinct pleasure of seeing the changes in Jacob as he found his way through the desert and on this hot road of marriage. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Nathan, and I've been a good friend of Jacob's for as long as I can remember. It feels like a few months now. Mm-hmm. Now, back before he met his wife, well, let's just say Jacob, he wasn't exactly following the straight and narrow. And frankly, he'd be hard-pressed to find a time he wasn't double-fisting some go-gurts or knocking back a go-go squeeze. And, with that liquid courage in him, he could do anything. And he did. But much to the relief of his parents, that lifestyle changed forever after meeting who has now become his beautiful wife. That's right. Everyone knows it. In middle school is when they met for the first time. And although that's not when their relationship started, that was the day that changed Jacob's life forever. I did want to finish off the speech with a little bit of advice for the happily wedded couple. So I looked up an article from time.com. That's 8 tips to help you thrive in your first year of marriage. And I just wanted to kind of go through some of these. So number 1, we have make your house a home. Number 2, don't forget romance. And that's all I have until I hit a paywall. So I don't know what the other 6 are, but obviously you get some tax breaks when you get married. So you guys can figure out on your own. But to make up for that, I thought I'd just slot in a couple more. Don't go to bed angry. Face problems as a team, not as opponents. The best disinfectant is sunshine. And always wear your seatbelt. So, with that, I'd like to propose a toast to the happy couple. May their desert be as vast and their road as hot as the sun in the sky. Cheers. Oh, thank you. Oh, guys. Thank you. Wow. That means a lot.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I really I love it for one, can I just say?
Yeah, you can say that, and I appreciate that.
And, I think after that, we both kind of came out as strong contenders.
I think so, too. I think
some may be stronger than others.
We've given Jacob something to think about, for sure.
Definitely.
So, Jacob, just let us know kind of your thoughts.
Yeah, Jacob, just send me a text. I know you actually have my phone number, so.
Yeah, and I'll reach out to you with mine, so you can do that as well. But
sure.
Anyway, that was fun. So we'll see how that pans out in a few months or years or decades time.
Yeah, definitely. We had a long payoff for this one.
Now, for the last thing on my list, my short list for today. Again, this has actually all been updates from previous episodes. So last episode obviously gave a teaser for this coming episode, saying that we would be discussing frat night at the rodeo. That was at the top of my list last time. Didn't even get to it. But yeah, now I think this is the time. This feels right.
I've been waiting
given that it's been over a month and a half at this point since it's happened. So to set the scene, it's like first week of May, I think. So you know what that's like. And the UNL College Rodeo is going on. So I don't know if you know this, but we have a rodeo club.
I did know that,
Nebraska.
Actually.
And so every year in the spring they put on something where they host other colleges, and there's kind of a competition going on. So went to see that with my friends Charlie and Bryce. And first of all, I think I should mention, I am obligated to mention that this is not my first rodeo. It's important to say that. We went last year.
So it
is my second rodeo. And so I should have known what to expect. But there were a couple key differences this time. For one was entirely on me. I'll take responsibility here in that I think you'd be hard pressed to find a more standout outfit for the rodeo. So I knew where we were going. I knew the kind of people that we would be amongst. And I'll tell you what I was wearing, which is a heather crew neck and khaki shorts. So I think I was about the only person there not wearing jeans.
Yeah.
Actually, I take that back. There was an elementary schooler wearing sweatpants a couple rows in front of me. So that kind of puts you on edge going in. I knew I was going to change into jeans, but I lost track of time. So that's not great. But anyway, so I show up in khaki shorts, like you do. And then about halfway through, we've gone through the usual thing. We got the Buck and Broncos. Those have been done. We've got steer wrangling out of the way for sure. We've got, frankly, I don't even know what it's called, like goat tie up or something like that. So clearly I'm a kind of advanced rodeo expert. So that's kind of what we're dealing with. It's very strongly resembling my first rodeo, actually. And then this is kind of the crux of the big difference. And the announcer gets on the intercom. They say, "All right, everyone, it's frat night tonight. So if you're in a part of a frat, come to this area of the arena or whatever." Like, okay. Now, I don't know about if you know this about me, but I'm not in a frat. Neither are Bryce and Charlie.
I'm pretty sure I knew that.
Okay. I think I know. We thought about going. We did not. And spoiler alert, I'm glad that we didn't. Because before too long, probably about 15 to 30 minutes later, that was kind of a one-time incident. Now the announcer's back on the mic. So everyone, it's frat night. And we see this
Round
group
two
of frat students. So frat guys and sorority girls, though more guys than girls, walking into the arena. And so I'm like, all right, where's this going? So they're like, all right, what we're going to do is we're going to put a circle in the middle of the arena. So they've got a guy out there with chalk, and he's designating the circle. We've got a circle in the middle of the arena. And we're going to let steers loose in the arena. And it's the job of the, frat guys and sorority girls to bring these steers into the circle. So teams are determined by what frat you're in. And the winning team wins when you bring the steer into the circle along with all your teammates. So already, I don't know what your initial reaction is to this. Mine is, this is not going to go well.
That's mine's along the same lines. Is one that is not going to go well, but two that is going to be pretty fun to watch.
Right. Well, I guess those would both be accurate.
Okay. Awesome.
Because what happens is they're like, all right, we're going to release the steers. So they put them in the arena. They're kind of minding their own business. They're like, on the count of 3, you're going to leave the circle and you can start kind of wrangling. So like I said, they released the steers, and these are way bigger than I was expecting. I mean, these are, I obviously I'm not familiar with cattle terminology, so I don't know what I was expecting with steer. I think I was expecting like a calf. Mm-hmm. This is more along the lines of a bull. I think the steer is maybe just has been neutered. I think that might be the difference. I don't know.
I'm also not familiar with my cattle terminology, but if we want to go with that as our working definition, I'm fine with that.
Sounds decent. So these are sizable, cows.
Yeah.
And so 3, 2, 1,
you're kind of
go.
wondering, how are these frat
okay, and the
sorority girls.
Yeah. And these cows have ropes tied around their necks, and they've got kind of a strand, so you can kind of hang on to the rope and wrestle them in. And so that's what happens. Awesome. 3, 2, 1, everyone goes, and it's pandemonium to start off with. And it finishes that way too. But so people are kind of going after their steer, thinking, who can I get? Who can I get?
Mm-hmm.
Frankly, none of them.
None of the above.
You have people start wrestling against them. And the issue comes as time progresses, because they do become successful in pulling the steers where they want them to go. But now everyone is converging on this one small circle. And so you've got maximum density. And so people are pulling in. Frankly,
you're looking at
I think
a cattle collision here.
Yeah, yes, cattle and human collision.
Gotcha.
All over the shop. They're rearing their heads. Obviously, they don't want to get tugged. They're kicking their
I wouldn't
hooves.
like that.
Yeah, if you don't do that to me. And so, it was frankly extremely frightening. to say the least.
You're kind of wondering when's the first stretcher coming in. Like,
Exactly. I am shocked that there was not a stretcher coming in, frankly. But yeah, they and all the while the announcer, and we got this on video, so I'm gonna send that to you. But yeah, the announcer's like, yeah, I know you guys have been sitting in your mom's basement playing video games, but it's time for you to get up and wrangle in some cows. It's like, what's going on there? Just absolute attack.
that just seemed kind of out of nowhere. And I wasn't even there, but I feel a little offended just hearing that.
So you know what? I'm texting you this video right now, so hopefully you can get a
Yeah, I want to watch this.
So
if you're watching on YouTube,
exactly,
you will be able to see the video that Nathan sent me. And
exactly. Otherwise, you'll just hear the audio of harrowing screams. No.
Oh wow. Oh my. I've seen at least 3 people falling for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this. I definitely see what you mean. Like, none of these steers are too fond of kind of being roped around.
No, it was an incredible sight to see. There was a winner, and luckily no one went away that I know.
I really wish that you and your buddies had decided to go on down there. Just like, hey, this frat night at the rodeo, I don't know what this is, but this sounds like a great time, and are suddenly roped into roping a few cattle around. That would be amazing. And maybe that would have caused the actual first stretcher to arrive.
I don't think I would have fared too well, to be honest. Yeah, strength versus a second grader is much different than strength versus a second grade steer. That's completely different. I probably would have tried. I don't know what I would have tried to do. I probably would not have done it in the first place.
Sure.
But maybe just try to kind of negotiate with it rather than trying to pull it. Say, hey, go over here, go over here.
Little more carrot than stick.
Yeah, exactly. So, man, I don't know if it was just a one-time thing or what, or if it'll be there again next year. But you should come with.
I think if that is going to be a thing again,
open invitation to go to
the
college rodeo next May.
Sure.
Come prepared. Wear jeans. Don't wear khaki shorts.
Sure.
I've learned my lesson. Well, everyone, that is once again all the time we have. Strict schedules, as always. So thanks so much for making it this far. Which apparently a lot of you did. Okay, I was looking at the analytics. This is a little bit off topic here from a closing perspective, but on Spotify, something like 70% of the people listened all the way through.
Wow,
which is pretty insane.
That's awesome.
So thank you. You're in that group.
They made it through the outro.
I appreciate it.
Unbelievable.
But
Warriors.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, shout out to you. You're the real ones.
Yeah.
If you continue liking this show, leave a written review on Apple Podcasts, 5 stars, or just a rating. And also help us kind of fight that 4.9 star rating on Spotify. We'd really appreciate that.
Yeah. It's gonna be a battle, but we'll get through it.
Yeah, exactly. So thanks so much, everyone. This has been 3 a.m. in the afternoon. Catch you on the flip. I was trying to put together an idea for a rapper. I'm trying to think of a funny name. I'm not getting it, but call him like Julius Caesar or something like that. And you only rap in Pig Latin.
Okay.
Everything rhymes. It's the easiest rhyme scheme.
Gotcha.